So all these amazing comments that I've gotten from my last post, I'm very appreciative on Facebook and on Instagram here. A couple questions that I wanted to address that I thought were really interesting because you put things out there and you think you're putting out one thing, and the response that you get sort of enlightens you and says, "Oh no, I didn't think about it this way." Um, my careers, I I get this question a lot, but I don't know quite a better way to say it than this. I think um, I'm not very good at doing anything I don't like to do. I never have been. Every job that I've ever had that I hated, I didn't last very long. I wasn't very good at. There was aspects of those jobs that I was good at, particularly being social, being good at service. For those times I worked in the service industry, working with people, but showing up on time was always a problem. Listening to my bosses and having to do things their way was always a problem. And one thing I learned about myself is I don't work well with somebody above me and micromanaging me. It's just not my strength. My business says my acting reel that I posted. That's been a body of work. There's a lot more that's not there. I tried to keep it as recent than just put up my favorites. Um, Things like this, that reel didn't happen to me overnight. I didn't just put it together in the last couple of years. There is, maybe at least I can go back on there maybe 12 years, 13 years, and there's probably 24 years worth of material that I could have used. But I don't look like that anymore, and I'm okay with that. Um, and my real estate business, I love it. I love what I do. I love the work. I love the freedom. It's the way that I built my life. I love the team that I put together. My team, my people, they're all awesome. They're all super kind, very smart, and I have high expectations of them, and I trust them. And I just basically delegate and try to sit back and let them do their expertise because that's what they're there for. In the acting world, how do I manage the time? Acting is I love it. It's a passion that's kind of turned into my hustle, my side hustle, a hobby, um, and acting. I always tell people, I'm fortunate that I show up. I get a call time. Sometimes it's, people say, wow, you have to be on set at 5 in the morning. And I'm like, yeah, but there's been crew that's been out there since, 3 in the morning setting up. And usually when I show up to set, everyone is very nice. I get a trailer, they feed me. My lines are provided for me. My costume has been provided for me. I have some sort of production assistant assigned to me, helping me out and making sure that I don't get lost and I get situated. I'm very comfortable. I show up to set. My job is to just, have my lines memorized, find the mark on the floor, find my light, and when that guy says action, deliver in as little takes as possible, so it doesn't cost production that extra money, and then go home. A lot of the hard work was already put out there for me. Writers, directors, crew, grips, locations. These guys really do a lot of work, and I just feel that, and like in anything that I do, is that when I commit to something, I have to commit and understand that a lot of other people have put a lot of time and effort and hard work, and it's my obligation and my commitment to them that I make sure that I show up to kick ass and be ready and be open to doing whatever is asked of me, right? Because even in the acting world, I auditioned, and I see what is going to be asked of me, and I make the choice if I want to commit to that or not. So it's up to me ultimately to do the work that is asked of me. If I don't like the work, I don't take the job, period. It's worked very well for me throughout the history of my life. The real estate business, very much the same thing. I try to run as autonomously as possible. I have amazing mentors, but I work with amazing lenders and amazing people at escrow. I try to work with people that I like to say I love them, um, and that help me out as much as possible. And then in my personal life is kind of the same thing. I always encourage Rebecca to just follow her heart, do what she loves to do, and when she has the opportunity to perform those things that she loves, those labors of love, that she kicks ass, and she really does it on her own. I learn more from her. And my son, I tell him all the time, even though sometimes homework is a struggle and getting him to do these things, in my heart, when I whisper to him at night in his ear, I tell him, ultimately, do what you need to do for you. Whatever your heart is telling you, that is what you need to do. And hopefully I recognize it early enough and try to encourage that and support that best as I can. Life, I find a lot of people are constantly struggling and not happy, mainly because they spend too much time in a place that they don't want to be. And we all heard that saying where you say, hey, you find a way at making money, at doing the things you love, and you'll never work a day in your life. And there's so much truth to that. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't get that opportunity or give in too soon to things that are going to make them comfortable immediately, and don't continue pursuing their goals, pursuing their dreams or their ambitions. A nice job pops up and they're like, hey, I'm going to make 80 grand a year. I'm going to get benefits, 2 weeks vacation. They settle, 20 years go by, and they're like, I wish I would have stuck to the other thing. I personally enjoy the struggle. I enjoy the growth. I embrace the challenges. I live for the fight. I don't live to argue, but I live to fight for things that I believe in, things that I love, things that I want to pursue, things for my family and my friends. I'm one of those guys where, I get pitched a bunch of ideas all the time, and some of them are they're fine, and some of them are crazy, and I love the crazy ideas, because I feel that crazy ideas, especially when you marry that with enthusiasm and somebody that has an ambition and an idea, and he needs to step up, those are always so exciting to me, and I pay attention to those, and I keep my eye on those people. Most of the time, the companies that we hear about the most or do the most have a leader that's dynamic and different, and those leaders weren't born overnight. Those dreams and goals were not realized in a few weeks. Most of the time you hear these people talking, it's been a life's work. And then when half that lifetime goes by, you see where they're at, and that's when we start paying attention to them. And we're like, oh, well, they're special. Maybe they are. But I would say that the one thing that made them special is the one ability that we all have, and that is to stick with what we want to do, be relentless, follow our goals, follow our dreams, don't settle. And when you commit yourself to something, you do it with all you got, 110%. You leave it all on the stage. I was watching an old video of Janis Joplin singing on the Dick Cavett show, and man, like, to do that every night, it must have been exhausting. And she died young because she gave it all away. Give all of you to whatever you're gonna do, and if you are not gonna do it in that capacity, best to just say no. I got these muscles. Friends call me and they're like, hey, I gotta move. I am not your guy. I much rather throw some movie. I'll give you $1,000 and hire a moving company before I show up, and we'll go get beers and burgers. But I ain't gonna move shit. It's just not my thing, and I know that. And a lot of times I've had opportunities where friends call me up and they say, I've got this business idea, and if the business doesn't interest me, I pass, because I know myself, and I know what I want to do, and I know what my focus is on. Concentrate on doing the things that you love to do. Build a team around you that's going to support your dreams, your vision. Do it with grace and joy and enthusiasm, and share it. Share it with everybody that you love. Be that person where they're like, oh, this is what they're going to talk about again. Yeah, you'll start attracting the right people. All right, I'm going to head out now. I love you guys. Your boy AMJ, who loves you, baby.